Hey guys, welcome back, and there has been a lot happening this year. We are living through the most interesting time, to say the least. But who would have thought that we would all live through the evil Ellen era? We have everyone chiming in on this, from reporters to celebrities to even YouTubers. We're actually even being encouraged to send in tweets about our horrible experiences with the daytime celeb. What they're all trying to tell you is Ellen is nothing like her slogan at the end of her show, be kind to one another. But before I unravel my discoveries, I just want to start by saying I am not here as a cheerleader. Some of these stories could actually have some truth behind them, and I'm not looking to diminish anybody's experience. All I'm just looking to do is create a little bit of balance and let you all know the whole world's going insane. So let's talk about the shocking allegations, what the celebrities are saying, and get to the bottom of why this woman that danced into our hearts is getting stomped out. The funniest thing that I found on the internet was actually an article from Fox about Ellen's line on Wayfair and how there was a pillow that was marked at $10,098. Although the same pillow could be found under a different name on the website and only $99. People were outraged that Ellen could have a pillow at this price. Plus, they also are linking it to human trafficking. But doesn't that just sound like Betty from Inventory Uploads, that's probably working from home right now, just kind of dropped the ball? Do better, Betty. Still, a pillow at $99. You're an evil bitch, Ellen. So let's talk about the celebrities that have had less than favorable experiences with Ellen. We'll start with Dakota Johnson. So it turns out Ellen tried to put Dakota on the spot about not being invited to her birthday, but apparently that wasn't true because Ellen was actually invited. The scene was said to be awkward with Ellen not remembering or conveniently not remembering, which, to be fair, she totally forgot Katy Perry was even married and asked her on the Ellen show, who were you married to? A far bigger event than your birthday, Dakota. So call it old age or a busy schedule, I truly don't think this is that big of a deal. And yeah, maybe she should have just checked with her EA before she made that statement on the show. I don't know how this is getting that much outrage. Then we've got Kathy Griffiths. So Kathy Griffiths is a fellow comedian that allegedly got kicked out of a green room based on Ellen's request once. She goes on record in her tell-all book to say that Ellen has a mean streak. But writing a tell-all book about your run-ins with celebrities, not exactly God's work, is it, Kathy? And it's a book, not just about Ellen. So it kind of sounds like you've had your number of run-ins. No judgment. But you are proper promoting this book, let's be honest. Then we have YouTube celebrity Nikki Tutorials, who was very vocal about her time on the Ellen show, saying that Ellen didn't come and say hi backstage prior to the show starting. And I get that that may have dampened her experience and wasn't the environment she thought she was coming into. She also made mention that she was not permitted to enter the closest toilet to her backstage, and that was reserved for the Jonas Brothers. To be fair though, Ellen probably could not care if all her guests went in one bathroom. But you know who would care? The Jonas Brothers. They'd care. They are not going on a show and sharing a bathroom with you or anybody else. Oh my God, that's the next conspiracy. Why don't the Jonas Brothers want to share a bathroom? What are they trying to hide? What are they doing back there? I never know what they're doing. So come on, it sounds like a lot of what we're hearing here is people's feelings being blown up astronomically by their expectations, and that's been blown up even further by the media. But let's talk about who else is mad. And my favorite chime in is Kevin T. Porter, because I know what you're all thinking. Who is Kevin T. Porter? Well, he was donating $2 to the LA Food Bank for every story he got through on Twitter that was bad experience someone had with Ellen. Mind you, in his tweet, he also says, she is notoriously one of the meanest people alive. And it got me thinking, we are treating Ellen like this is surviving Ellen or Ellen Degeneres, filthy rich. I mean, notoriously one of the meanest people alive. Look, Kevin, I think you're taking some liberties with that statement, and I think we need to take some of these tweets, with a grain of salt. But I would be interested, what are some of the stories that people are having with Alan? What are the tweets that have come in? Roll the tape. Hi, my Twitter handle is nude_y'all. My sister worked for Alan for 2 years. So this is from her. I saw Alan in the hallway every day and would say hello to her. And she never once said hi back. She wouldn't smile. She wouldn't even acknowledge me at all. For 2 years. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. I'm just getting so emotional for my sister. Hey, my Twitter handle is Cheng Ra Zen. One time, I saw her in a restaurant in LA and the waiter was serving the table next to her. He bumped into her by accident when putting down their food, and she stood up and she pushed his head into a hot bowl of soup he put on the table. 2nd-degree burns.
Did that really happen?
Yeah, I guess just never made the news. I guess no one in the restaurant had a Twitter account to report it. Well, there was that guy sitting next to me and, he looked over while I was mid tweeting it out and he just said, "Who the fuck is Kevin T. Porter?"
Hi, my Twitter handle is PO Cuts. I'ma cut you. So anyway, a friend that works for the show for a number of years sums her up by saying, she likes to push your buttons until you cry. She likes to make people cry. Am I done? Okay, I can't do this anymore, okay? I can't do this. This woman will be found out for who she is. You are not doing this to my friend. Sounds legit. But, okay, there are actually some questionable areas. So, around the pandemic, her staff did not know what was happening. There was poor communication. They didn't even know when they were getting paid. So I completely agree. This is absolutely not on. And these are people's livelihoods, which you absolutely don't want to play with. I would heavily be looking at her HR department and wondering why there was no communication. And is this a directive from Alan, or is this just bad planning through these unforeseen times? Mind you, Alan was not the only one spotlighted for poor management of staff during this period. We had companies like Tesla and Amazon, which also mistreated their staff. And that absolutely does not make it okay. But what I'm trying to say is we're not being encouraged to tweet about Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. And there was the infamous comment that Alan likened working from home to being in prison. Where she'd been in the same clothes for the last 10 days and everyone in her house was gay. I think we need to remember Alan is a comedian. If you've watched her last Netflix special, I get it. You wouldn't be able to tell. But she is actually a comedian and that joke just didn't land. It wasn't that funny, but it was just a joke. And while some jokes are in poor taste, I remember a time when we used to be able to say them without outraging the whole internet. I mean, you've got the Kardashians that are TPing houses at the peak of when people could not get toilet paper. You've got Tom Brady that is exercising in a park that's been closed down due to COVID restrictions. And then you've got Vanessa Hudgens, which is making light of the death toll that we will have based on the spread of this virus. None of these people have been chastised at the level Alan has for one comment that she made. That was a joke that just didn't land. I hope that we can see after this video that we have a lot of outlets making a lot of noise. And no, I haven't covered every single allegation against the daytime celeb. But I hope when we see things like this, we don't just jump blindly on the next bandwagon. Because this woman has created a show that has lasted a decade and a half, or over a decade and a half, which is longer than most of us would keep any one job. And in that job, we would never have the pressure, the stress, nor the expectation to be so great in it. This cancel culture is a dangerous one because it never takes into account anything great that somebody has actually done. Let's not forget, Alan came out in the 90s, which not only changed her life, but changed so many, and she's continuously kept doing this. She has put kids in Brooklyn into universities that they wouldn't have been able to afford. She's helped mothers pay for Christmas presents in a year that they couldn't. She reunited families. She paid off people's home loans, and she brought so much joy to so many daily through their TV screen. So while we may not like everything we've heard, we need to take into account that we can't believe everything we hear, and we need to allow someone to grow over the decades that they've entertained us. Because if we don't, we will always be disappointed that they're nothing like they used to be. But to be very fair, did we know who they used to be? Just some food for thought, guys, and I hope that we've put some balance back into this conversation. If you've liked this video and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you like it and subscribe. And guys, I absolutely love you. Be kind to one another. I love you, and bye.